Test, test, test. My voice is coming through. Hey, everybody. Oh, that hurt. I gotta trim his nails bad. Hey, everybody. I hope you guys all are having a fantastic Friday here. Loki is having a lot of fun. He is. Stop. He just like tried to hunt down a bunny in the backyard, so he's like really excited right now. Let's just say he almost got the bunny, but the bunny ran underneath the shed. And instead of like waiting for it like he normally does, I told him to come inside because I have to stream. So he's pumped full of I don't know what you want to call it, adrenaline right now. So I'm gonna give him a treat very fast. Here you go. Good boy. Yeah. Okay. He's still good enough to not try to snatch a treat out of my face. So hey GT, happy to see you back, my man. Hey Ivan, hey Low Roller Coaster. Hope you guys are all doing pretty well. This has been a pretty interesting week for Bitcoin because historically, you guys know that over the past, like, I would say like 2 years or so, the majority of the time we're looking at Bitcoin, it's typically following the stock market here. And now over the past, let's just say 3 to 4 days or so, it's been kind of doing its own thing. And I think that's going to be interesting to see how much further Bitcoin wants to do its own thing for. Now, of course, later on next week, we do have the rate hikes coming, or the potential rate hikes. I still think at this point that, guys, we are going to have a 25 basis point rate hike. But today I want to look at some technicals and just chill with you guys and have a good conversation. This is going to be one of those nights where if you guys have any questions about any particular coins or stocks out there, we'll do some deep dives into it and just chill. Normally I have like the show mentality where I'm trying to like get as many views as possible and stuff like that. Tonight, it's chill. We're just going to have some fun. I'll do the show part, I guess, at the beginning of it, but we'll have some fun here. I got myself a huge jug of water because I know I'm going to be here for a while. And then I also got myself some liquid courage, I would say, because I haven't had liquid courage with you guys on a Friday night in quite some time. Although you guys know I cannot technically drink it on camera, you guys can imagine me having a moment after I sip it. I think it's a spiced rum. That's what it is. There we go. And hey, Delilah, hope you guys are doing well. Hey, Pumped, Phantom and Mask, there we go. Lots of good stuff happening right now. So something interesting, guys, as we kind of like dive into the market here. I wasn't able to stream yesterday because my sister had a concert at her school, but the day before that, we had been talking about how I thought Bitcoin was most likely going to break down if it fell down below the 20-day moving, the 20 moving average of the 4-hour chart, and that would be my, that's usually my big sell signal. Guys, we didn't have that. This was very, very interesting. We actually managed to hold the entire time. And even though today we saw the stock market, the Dow, NASDAQ, and the S&P all come down, look at that. Bitcoin stayed strong as can be. And this was very, very interesting for me to watch because, again, historically, when NASDAQ falls down, Bitcoin falls down, we start to see, the crypto markets fall down as well. And what's interesting about this is, now that we can look on the daily chart, we have officially broken out above this level of resistance above the 25,211. A few hours ago, we managed to close. Currently, we just want to close above this on the daily chart here, on the weekly chart. But however small the opportunity is, Bitcoin technicals are starting to gear up to be more bullish, while the stock market technicals are still technically looking a little bit more bearish and everything else. It all depends on how you guys think the economy in the United States is going to go moving forward. Because if you guys haven't watched the video earlier today, there's a video out there that I just put out earlier today with Jerome Powell's face, and it says something like, some of you guys may have trapped, or some of you guys may have something called a recession. If we go into recession, Bitcoin will most likely break down to new lows, but there is a slim chance that maybe people try to buy into Bitcoin and just watch it pump if there's some type of fear of the overall institutional banking system in America. You guys know, let me go over here to this regular chart. You guys know I take my golden crosses pretty darn seriously. Even the ones over here that we haven't had a good technical history of them, like we never had the 20 cross down below 200. We've never had the 50 cross down below the 200, right? So we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Usually it comes back into hindsight and that's like, oh, wow, that was a really big signal, right? But in this case, because of everything going on, we just hop back down here to the 20-week moving average as far as Bitcoin. Then we started to just go up and up and up so far up to around like 27,340 or 350 or so. And things are looking fairly good. And historically, when we do have these golden crosses here with the 20 and the 50, that usually does symbolize the start of a bull market. You can see right here, the crossover between the 20 and the 50. Wow, big move. Again, all right, 20 and 50, solid move. 20 and 50 big move here, and all the way back over here to 2000. It symbolized a big move. Now, to me, my brain is still telling me we're going to be going to new lows here eventually. However, I am having some fun trading this up. You guys know that some of the strategies that we've been talking about, change of character, super trends and stuff like that, they've been working out pretty well. These are the strategies that I'm going to be doing on this copy trading platform that I'm going to be helping you guys out with. I put the link in the comments this time, and I finally got everything up and running. If I click on the link right now, I think it should go right here to open link in new tab. Something like that. Oh, I'm already signed in here. I guess it can't work out like that. Let me see. Cut, exit, so I can show it to you guys. No incognito. Yeah, there it goes. So there you go. I got to get myself a better thumbnail picture in here. I just have one of my crypto pictures because my regular photo, it kind of squeezed too much in here, so it looks a little too weird. But when you guys use my link, you guys get some extra bonuses and stuff like that. I was able to kind of work that in there with them. And what I like about this exchange so far, everybody, I can log in with Google. There's something just nice and easy of just hitting Google, log in, and not having to do all the other stuff, this personal thing. But yeah, and so what do you call, if you guys do want to follow me copy trading, I would say probably next Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to formally start here. And then my strategy for these copy trades is really going to be doing a lot of the change of character stuff we've been talking about. I guess we can use this one very fast. Now, on the daily chart, you guys know how I feel about this one. It's been doing pretty well for us. Let's go over here very fast. I want my colored candles. There we go. So far, it's been working. This one right here worked. This one right here worked. I'm going to be doing these, but knowing when to sell is part of the battle, but also when to scale out. And you can see so far, a lot of these signals have been moving very well. So I'm going to be doing that and also doing some day trading in my free time, normally during more volatile times. But I would say the majority of the trades that you guys are going to see on this are going to be 3 to 5 leverage, 3 to 5x, leverage here. And I'm also going to be doing the 4-hour charts and adding some other technicals. But even still, we go back over here, green buy signal right here, worked out beautifully. Red sell signal over here, worked out beautifully. So even this shorter term one right here, I could have doubled down and made some money as we kind of fell down to the support level, which was around the 200 daily moving average of Bitcoin. I'm going to be doing this more and more, and I'm going to be making some trades off of this. For the account, some of you guys wanted me to put more money in there in case some of you guys wanted to put more money in there. So I was trying to think of a medium range where I wouldn't be like over investing too much into this. So I tossed in $5,000 in here. And so with that $5,000 for copy trade money, I feel like you guys could easily follow along with a decent amount of money. I don't know how many of you guys want me to be trading more than $5,000 every month. So let's keep that there. But once I talk with the lady over this weekend here, I'm going to be doing a half an hour tutorial video on Fairdesk. And I'm going to be teaching you guys how to set it up properly for the copy trades. That way you guys aren't, how would I say, like you guys understand what the settings mean as far as leverage, because you guys want to have a leverage cap in there. You guys want to have how much money is invested per trade type of cap. If you guys only put like $200 in there, you don't want me using 200 of your dollars on one single trade. You want to have a max of 20, 30, 40 and kind of watch it grow a bit by bit every week as I make these trades. Because I do want to remind you, these trades usually last for a while. So if we were to go off of this last one right here, which one? Let's go here. Okay. And we went off of this one. This trade, to get to the profit we are now, that took about 4 days. So, it's not like I'm going to be trading every day. Sometimes I will, obviously, but that's basically when I feel like it. Most of these are going to be nice little swing trades where you guys can make some optimal profits. And then you're going to kind of rely on me to find the best entry positions and the best short positions, or both entries, I guess you'd say, and where you guys could start scaling out from as well. So I worked that out for you guys. No pressure if you guys don't want to join, dude. It's fine. But a lot of you guys have been asking me about that for a long time. So I finally was able to get a deal with them. I just had to find an exchange that I could trust, and like I knew people that use them as well. Like Tom Crown uses them. I think he's actually like formally sponsored by them. I'm more of just like working out stuff for you guys, but I'm hoping this does well. So we'll see how it all works out. And then I would say Monday, I'm going to start doing some trades whenever I get that first 4 hour or daily. So if I don't get a daily or a 4 hour, of course, it's going to take some more time. But again, maybe I'll do some day trading to test out the theories here and see how they're working out. And, you know, based off of some of the strategies I shared with you guys. And I'm hoping that what I can do actually here before looking at other coins and stocks, I'm hoping that I can somehow create a trading journal for this. And I think I can do it by myself, but I wonder if there's like something I can do on the platform where I'm going to be testing different strategies every now and again through TradingView and kind of implementing the best ones I have as far as this is concerned, right? So if I'm lucky, maybe I can have 2 copy trading accounts, one that really takes a lot of these signals and you're looking for longer swing moves, maybe one that's more focused on day trading. And then if I can have another one, it might be one that's actually more focused on maybe more volatile times or, you know, when the market's falling off of a cliff type stuff. So you can play the big rebounds, stuff like that. So we'll see how it all works out. But if you guys did want to follow me on the copy trading, there's a link right there. You guys get some bonuses. You get some like, you know, bonus money, bonus by not having to pay fees and stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoy. I'll talk more about it over the weekend, but I want to make sure I get a good tutorial down for you guys so you guys know how to use every aspect of it. The guys that made this product or the exchange, they're pretty chill, or it's a big business, I guess you would say. It's not really like a couple guys, but they're out from Korea, so they're like totally fulfilling all the regulatory requirements, which is what I was so... It's why I didn't do this on a Binance or a KuCoin, because I feel like they're getting attacked more and more, and I don't want to have to deal with that if I hop on an exchange with you guys and start, you know, helping you guys make some money, or at least, you know, doing some copy trades for you and stuff like that. Okay. But okay, let me go over here very fast. I am missing you guys' conversations. There you go. And hey, little Cola, happy to see you back. Nice to see you. Made some nice profit scalping coin calls today. The whole market was crazy today, especially because Bitcoin was going up. And on top of that, you saw that the stock market was just kind of flaring all over the place. But at least we had some tech coins here related to Bitcoin having some nice moves and trying to follow along. And what's right here? And hey, Juno Brandon, I think she pumps the 30K and Doge to 15. I would love to see Doge to 15 because I thought last month that Dogecoin had the opportunity to go to 18 before we had that big debacle here with all the banking crises. Remember, go over here to Dogecoin very fast. Weekly chart. Dogecoin was looking like it just had a nice break here. It could have started to soar. But again, we need some type of good news here. I would say at this point, the only real good news I see about Dogecoin is Bitcoin's going up. But you guys can see we have this golden cross here on the weekly chart. As you guys can see, hasn't done anything because Bitcoin usually runs the show as far as altcoins. But it is something nice to see at least. And, you know, as long as we don't really start breaking down below these levels, I think Dogecoin should be fine. If we start breaking down below this trend line, then, you know, Bitcoin's in a little bit of a spot and so forth, right? But for all of you Bitcoin lovers out there, the dollar index is kind of more mixed, right? After this week, we still were not able to close above the 20. That's good if you guys want to see a more risk-on environment and you guys want to see the market continue to go higher and higher and higher. This is good. You do not want to see us come around next week and start bouncing above and actually closing above the 20. That's not going to be a good sign for anybody. So again, watch out for that dollar index. We're kind of in this weird spot right now. We've already had that golden cross, excuse me. We have a short-term level of resistance kind of around here, like let's say $1.572, you know, towards that high end of $105.72, kind of at the high end over here. But, you know, if you guys want to see the market continue to rally up a little bit more, we're going to need to stay below this 50-day moving average. We'd have to start falling down below that. But again, you know, do I have this open right here? Yeah, here it is. Fed poised to approve quarter-point rate hike next week despite market turmoil. I think at this point, the market this week was just kind of factoring that into the equation, which is why we were kind of down a little bit. The market didn't really have a huge crash event this week. I want to make sure you guys understand that. Go over here, it's like the NASDAQ on the daily chart. We kind of just went sideways and even ended up a little bit higher. The market's acting irrational right now, and that's fine. We're just going to have to deal with it. You guys remember how I told you guys the NASDAQ is probably the most bullish because of this golden cross coming up here in the fact that you saw Apples and the Googles and stuff, or most like the Apples still at those levels of resistance. So I'm keeping an eye on it, but if I kind of zoom out here a little bit, NASDAQ is on the verge of another breakout here, which, again, would the breakout be justified by how the performance of the companies are doing? No. But would other people trade the breakout and make money off of it? Yes. So I would most likely be trying to trade that as well. But we're at a big level of resistance as far as the NASDAQ. And you can see today we technically got rejected from it. Hopefully we find a way to, Hopefully we find a way to break out above it. Hopefully. But at this point, you're going to want to see some stronger moves coming out of stuff like Apple in particular. Apple's also at a level of resistance. Right around there. And you can see that if Apple decides to break out from here, this resistance has been going on for a while, it could go up to 164 or so, maybe even as high as 171. But then of course, we're like, okay, well, if we're all the way back up here, what craziness is this? Because as you guys could all feel that the economy is just kind of shitty right now for most people out there, yet the market's going to be closer to all-time highs all again. There's going to be this very weird disconnect here. And I'm not entirely sure how to process it at this point in time, because we all know the economy is not in a good spot. We all know things are getting worse month by month. But if the market continues to go higher month by month, what is that? What is the market actually trying to guess here? Is what I'd probably say, right? Now, as far as everything else is concerned, the SPY over here, SPY still looks like it wants to have a death cross here over the next few weeks. So it's a month or 2 months or so. So I'm pretty concerned about that, like seeing us down a little bit more. NASDAQ here also looking like it wants to have another death cross here. We already had one. The 50 is usually the big one for us. And then, of course, Dow Jones. This one's a little bit different, but the 50, we've had a golden cross here. That's not terrible. Oh, but on the weekly chart, we did have a change of character here. Not that it really means much on the weekly charts for the stock market, but it is pretty interesting there. All right. So let's take a quick peek at everything else, because we've been talking about loads of different coins out there. First of all, let's just hop on Ethereum, I would say. Yeah. So Ethereum managed to break out just like Bitcoin. I'm still more bullish on Ethereum than I am Bitcoin. And when I do these copy tradings, I'm almost wondering if I should trade Ethereum and Bitcoin, or just Ethereum, and then I'll test it out to see which one works. But you guys can see that change of character here, that it worked right there, worked out, came back down, and then it took off. Whereas Bitcoin's change of character, it just is there, it came down a teeny bit, and then it really took off. Do you guys want to see the extra volatility per se, I guess, but more profits, more risk. That's always the question there. All right. There you go. Let's move this down very fast. Let's get out of the change of characters here. Let's hop this down right now. Okay. Weekly charts. All right. So right now, Ethereum managed to break up above that 50-week moving average. That's been a really good sign. We're looking at a golden cross happening pretty soon right here above the 20 and the 200, which is going to be interesting to say the least. I don't really think it's going to make such a large move here, but the fact that we are breaking back above the 50 leads me to believe that we are going to have a golden cross here and a death cross over the next few months. The 20 is going to cross above the 200 and the 50, but the 50 is going to cross down below the 200 here, which is going to be a death cross there. So I would assume we're probably going to come back down to the 1,500 levels in the future. But for now, our next level of resistance really happens to be around $2,000 for Ethereum. And I think this weekend we can make that happen if we can continue to break out. You can see we had a little bit of we fell off a little bit. You guys know how I feel about the 20. That's why we talked about the Bitcoin one, not the Ethereum. But, we are in the midst of a breakout right now, looking so strong. Let's see if we can claw our way up to $2,000. And that's probably where I would start to look for opening up some short positions if Bitcoin is also at one of those resistance levels. For Bitcoin, though, if you go over here to the weekly chart, it already broke above that old level of support over here, 26,680. Now we're looking more up here, kind of around this zone of like 31,340, maybe over here on 30,534. What I would say here is I checked out some GANFAN levels today, and can I go over here very fast? There we go. I can see auto. It's gonna be harder. Okay, that's fine. Daily chart. So we've already broken out of one of these little GAN circles. We're currently testing at a resistance level here of 27,749. It looks like this is where we're having some trouble. If we are able to break out above this, though, then we're pretty much just cleared up here towards $30,500. Now, if you guys wanted to buy now in some type of way to make money off of this, by all means, go for it. Wait for a breakout. Wait for those signals to kind of hit the green level there. But 30,600 to about 31,500, that'd be my perfect scale out spot. If for whatever reason something really crazy happens, guys, and we manage to go above this level, I would be about 80% sold off here and be like, oh, okay, I'm still making money, but I'm like 80% out. I took my profit and I ran. If you guys took the change of characters over here, or potentially you guys bought at the 20, remember we talked about buying at 20,400, which is actually above this level here. So it was like closer to, see, we didn't get the bottom as much as I want to brag to you guys. Like, oh, we got the bottom. We didn't. We got here. Some of you guys took buying positions at the actual 20-day moving average itself. Or excuse me, 20 daily moving average itself. Those are some really solid plays right there. But yeah. So that one would have worked out if you guys wanted to take that one, although I would say it was a little bit scary to hold because we only came within like 0.5% of our stop loss, which could have been a little bit more worrisome. But yeah, so depending on where you guys bought, you guys can have your different strategies. If you guys bought down here, you guys have probably already scaled out at least 40 to 50% of your plays. But if we have one more breakout here, you guys will see it on the 15-minute chart or something similar. You guys can even see it right now, holding up. If we manage to close above that one, we'll probably clear up to 30,000. I'd probably start scaling out, around that next zone there. Excuse me. There we go. Back over to the tether one. Yeah, so far not looking so bad. And what I might actually do here, is there any trend line here that's going to bother me as far as any of this stuff? Oh, there's that. I mean, that's not terrible, I would say, so we can take that off. All right, there you go. We can put the 15 on there. So if you guys want me to check out any coins or tokens, let me know. One token, one coin per person. Don't try to tell me to do 5 different things for you. That's not going to work out too well. And hey, Shannon, awesome, Mike. I look forward to the tutorial and finally trying some copy trading. I've been too chicken to try some random trader. Copy trading can be kind of fun if you know what you're doing, but you usually have to be careful and have your settings done the proper way. So, like if I go over here to Fairdesk, okay, I can go over here to copy trade and see my application has to be approved. So I got to wait a couple days, which is why I'm like, okay, hold on guys. But, what do you call, this guy has a 700% win rate, 3-week RIN. Sorry, I have trouble with my W's and R's, guys. 95% for the last 3 weeks. 7-day profit, 45,717. The bull trader, Nam the Hill. Remember, this is originally from Korea, so they have a lot of Korean traders on here. Crypto Bozit. There you go. 7-day follower profit. So his followers haven't been making any money. You want to see what the followers have been making money. If the followers have been making money, this guy Peter, followers have lost $343 in the past 7 days. This one's made 5,000. This one's made 5,000. And this is according to what how many followers. Like you see this person right here, he has 73 out of 100 followers left. So there's a number to how many followers you can get. The Hill, he can only have 60. Peter can only have 200, 60, 150, 200. I'm guessing it's probably like how much you trade, but you can go over here to this guy's thing or his page and it'll show you the trades he's made, right? If he follows anybody, what their positions are, and you can see $40 here, $10 here. You get a more realistic feel of how much people are making. And I want you guys to check that out as well, right? So this person actually lost money. So, not everybody, that one person made $2,000. Not everybody is like, oh, it's not all like, sorry guys, I'm starting out. I didn't get any sleep last night. None again. I'm having real big trouble sleeping. But I'm taking melatonin tonight. I ended up making a video for you guys instead because I could not get sleep last night. But yeah, so I'm going to break down all this with you guys, and you can see what this guy trades. This guy trades Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, ADA, and XRP. For me, you're only going to see me trading Bitcoin, Ethereum, and maybe BNB, but BNB is only if for whatever reason I sense that Binance is going down. I'm just going to open up some shorts for a solid last minute, like woo, see how it works out. You guys know how I like to short Luna down, and it was definitely a good money-making opportunity, if I do say so. And hey, Slick Rick, thank you very much for the super chat. I want to buy 1 Bitcoin. What is the next buying zone? Oh boy, if you want to buy 1 Bitcoin, I would say your best bet is to do one of 2 things. This goes from my personal thoughts and where I think Bitcoin's going over the next few weeks. I would say that I still think, I still think that Bitcoin is going to make new lows this cycle because of how I'm feeling about the economy, this banking crisis going on, and the big choice that Jerome Powell has to make. I put out a video earlier today kind of summarizing that choice that Jerome Powell has to make, but I'll summarize it very precisely here. He has to choose to help banks and risk inflation going higher, or he has to attack inflation and risk the banking industry getting worse. Those are his choices. Neither is a good choice because of how poorly they have handled it up to this point, right? And this is government and Jerome Powell. We had lots of spending coming out of the financial crisis in 2008 to kind of stir their economy. Things were starting to figure themselves out a little bit more. We had COVID. We spent a lot more money, and so now we're kind of paying for the past sin, so to speak here. But I would say the best bet for you is going to be doing some dollar cost averaging into buying Bitcoin. If you're looking to buy one Bitcoin right now, it's probably going to cost you $27,000. I would say that it'll eventually come back down to around $22,000. That if you really just want to buy one, that's where you could probably wait a few weeks or a month and you could probably see it back down there again. But right now, you're definitely going to be buying at a relatively high price. And the way I think about this is, when do you plan on selling a Bitcoin? Are you planning on selling a Bitcoin at all-time highs of like 69,000, 70,000? Or are you looking to sell it at 100,000 or so? Because then you have to figure out what type of profit are you actually going to be looking at then? Because if you're buying it right now at $27,000, and let's say we go back up to all-time highs, what you're going to be looking at here is this. You're going to be looking at 154% profit. That's good, but if you just wait for it to come back down here to 22,000, that goes up to a 212% profit. Or if you manage to buy it down here when we were kind of still in the midst of the FTX crisis, of course, that'd be a wonderful profit of about like 342%, right? But at this point, if you're looking for just the next short-term buying zone, we're really most likely just going to come back down here to retest the support levels, right? Back down here around 24,779. If you want a clear level to buy, go for that. But usually when it comes to buying a full Bitcoin, I prefer to just dollar cost average. Once I get the full Bitcoin, I usually just transfer it over to another wallet. One of the things I'm going to be doing for you guys over the next few weeks is I've started to message all these startup companies, or not even startup companies, just companies in the crypto space that have quality products. So, and they're going to send me free stuff, and then I'm going to do free reviews for them. One of the things that I'm testing up here pretty soon, I'm testing 2 crypto wallets for you guys over the next few weeks. I'm sure I get them next week, but I'm going to Vegas the week after that, so I won't actually have time to record, film, edit, and post the videos. I'm going to start the editing and the recording process when I get back from Las Vegas. But what I'm going to be reviewing is stuff like this. This Material Bitcoin wallet here. So I got two different wallets coming from them basically, but I'm going to do review videos on each of them, and I'm going to use these opportunities to try and give you guys information about what they are and what the wallets are, what type of wallets you may like. But then I'm also going to be using this as a personal opportunity to figure out how to better edit my videos. I've been learning how to edit more and more, and I'm starting to get to more of a workflow with it, but it's still pretty challenging for me because I just don't know how to edit properly yet. I don't have any formal training in it. But so I'll be doing videos on this wallet right here, even the customized one. And then I also have another wallet that's maybe a little bit more high tech for you guys. This wallet is something I've seen actually before. That's why I've reached out to them. This wallet is something where people, like, if you want to look fancy while you're out and you want to just have people transfer Bitcoin to your wallet, you just take it out in a stainless steel. You can bash it, whatever. It's really, really cool. But I'll talk more about it later on. And the other one is, let me see if I can go over here while we're watching Bitcoin and try to make a move. Where is that one? There you go. This wallet right here, product. I think it's a mini bundle, but I'll just go with the mini for now. So here's a wallet for $79. This is another wallet I'm going to get here pretty soon, and I'm going to make a review on this wallet as well. I don't have it. It's on the other side of my desk here. But I even bought a small little tray that like a rotating tray that actually rotates, so I can just put my camera down on it and watch it rotate, and you guys will have beautiful B-roll footage. But yeah, so I'm doing a whole bunch of that stuff. I've been working through a whole bunch of stuff in the background. Basically, this was something I wanted to actually start in the summer. But you guys remember how I was trying to talk to congressmen and women? Well, like I kind of bashed them too much apparently they actually told me that like I just bashed them too much. So I got told by liberals and Republicans I bashed both sides too much in my channel, and they'd prefer if I only bashed one side. So I don't think that I'm actually going to be able to get any interviews from politicians. I am still going to try to get interviews for people that have small businesses and stuff like that. I am going to be working with Get Hedge, doing an interview for them next month. That one's already confirmed. But their company is dollar cost averaging crypto through your job. So like you guys get your you say you want paid. When you guys go to the company, basically you know how you can separate your paycheck into different accounts. You send part of your paycheck over there, like 10%, whatever. They turn it into Bitcoin for you automatically, and then boom, it just gets put into your wallet. That way, you guys don't have to deal with it. A lot of people have been using this type of method just for, I would say, longer term holders. So like, hey, 10% of my paycheck is going to my Bitcoin savings account. That's the way people are thinking about it. There's other ways I'm sure people have been looking at it, but personally, that kind of fits my style more. Although I guess I don't technically have paychecks that come out on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis. But yeah, so a lot of stuff's been happening in the background here. I've been pretty excited about it, but I'm really waiting for after this Vegas trip to be over. I have my wallet over here because I've been paying for a whole bunch of shit today that I got to do over there, doing all the reservations and stuff. I changed my hotel schedule because one of the hotels I'm at, I saw like a bad review for it. I was like, oh, it kind of freaked me out. But I'm going to be staying at the Signature MGM Suites, whatever it is, like the deluxe suite thing over there. And then I'm going to be staying at the Aria. So those two places are going to be pretty fun for me. And they're not too far away, I don't think, as well here. Let me double check. MGM Signature. I like Vegas, but I don't know everything about Vegas. Yeah, so you got the Signature MGM right here, which I will be streaming from my phone, not from like my laptop. I'm not bringing my cameras because I'm not bringing much stuff over there. But I will be streaming from here, one of these buildings. I don't exactly know what the heck. There's a cool lounge place on this I'm going to try out. But what do you call it? Go over here. And then the other hotel I'm going to be staying at is right here, the Aria Resort. This is towards the end of the trip, though. So halfway over there, halfway over there. Tickets are pretty freaking bloody. The rooms are pretty freaking expensive right now. So I'm going to make the most of my trip down there to justify the expensive prices. But yeah, it's a pretty nice hotel. It's a 5-star hotel. Looks pretty nice. Everything about it's nice. You guys know me. When I go to Las Vegas, I tend to spend on really I waste money on stuff I shouldn't, but it's just so fun not to. Like I always get driven around in either a Mercedes or a Suburban. Something about that, I like it. I don't get to spend my money all too much, and so when I do get an opportunity to do so, I like to do it every now and again. Yeah, so you guys will see me posting some Snapchats or what do you call some YouTube posts from inside the Mercedes and stuff. Plus, it's always nice to have somebody come around and open the door for you. It's very nice. It's very nice. What's right here? Where do I see the crypto market going into Powell? I would probably say we have a little bit of a pop going into the weekend here, but eventually we're going to have to come back and pull back a little bit more. To me, we've kind of overextended and left the stock market a little bit too much. It's been very nice to see Bitcoin just say, hey, give the middle finger to the stock market and all the people on CNBC who keep on making fun of Bitcoin. And then, Bitcoin's up 7% today and they're like, what's going on here? Because, they want to see Bitcoin go down and say, oh, we told you so. When in reality, Bitcoin's looking very, very good over the past few weeks. And while the stock market's been looking average at best, if not kind of concerning, because again, one of the reasons that people buy into Bitcoin is because they don't think the dollar is going to be stronger for a much longer of a period of time. And so they're kind of hedging their bets. I know very wealthy individuals who hedge their bets by not putting all their money in Bitcoin, but they put about 2% of their entire net wealth, which is millions and millions of dollars, into cryptocurrency. So if anything ever happened to their US dollar or anything else, they would have a hedge against that. And they have multiple hedges. Don't get me wrong. But again, like you see this. What's an easy way to say this? CNBC video I watched today. This is actually pretty interesting here. CNBC. Senator, small business anxiety. This guy. Yeah, this guy. Okay. We'll watch this very fast. What I do need to do here very fast is just make sure my volume is on all the way. And let's do this. And the title of this video is "We Are Moving Towards a Post-US Dollar World," says Rockefeller International's Ruchir Sharma. Okay, just listen to this a little bit.
Thanks. Geopolitics is one of those things. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again right now. It's one of those things that markets, at least markets here in the U.S., don't seem to care about until they have to care about it. Why could now be one of those moments?
Well, that's correct, because in fact, this goes back to over 100 years that when the First World War broke out, the markets were caught completely unawares by that. So the markets don't really have a good read on geopolitics. But I think that neither do geopolitical experts for that matter, because after all, when the war broke out in Ukraine, all the geopolitical experts told us just before that Putin would never invade Ukraine. So some sort of slack here for the markets. Next week's events, I think what we can say is that it shows you about the big disconnect between America's economic power and financial power, and yet its geopolitical power now. That here is China that's been able to broker peace in the Middle East. It's trying to play a much bigger much bigger role on the global stage. And yet, as far as America is concerned, it finds itself get sidelined. But when it comes to monetary policy, the Fed, financial markets, everyone still looks up to America. So this big
So basically what he's talking about here is something I think you guys all understand. Our global positioning as far as how countries respect us and look up to us to kind of help them out, that's dwindling fast. However, we still have all the money. So as long as we still have all the money, we're kind of good. But I think over the past few years, you guys have actually heard me talk about this quite a bit. African countries are starting to go over towards China because we kind of treat them like shit. Europe treats Africa like shit a lot, but basically by shit, I mean this. We don't treat them with the respect they think they deserve. Right? That's the definition of shit in this example. And we prefer that they mine raw materials, excuse me. And then they send those raw materials over to us. We turn that stuff into really profitable stuff, and we're able to take the majority of the capital from it while paying the African countries not too much. Okay, they see that. They're not blind. They see it. They just had no way to fight against it until now. And now China's coming in and saying, "Hey, we will help you build all this stuff in your own countries. Just let our Chinese corporations finance you guys, and also be have board seats and have us be somewhat control of what's going on, so we can help you guys out." Wink, wink, nod, nod. But that still, for a lot of African countries, is better than what the Americans have been doing. As far as, hey, like remember Guyana? I forget what it's called, the country, but hey, you guys have cocoa nuts, not coconuts, but cocoa, cacao, whatever it's fucking called. And then from there, it gets turned into chocolate in Switzerland, and then the Swiss chocolate is very, very expensive. Yet the people that kind of farm the chocolate and stuff like that, they're not making too much money from it. Well, now they're going to stop exporting a lot of their chocolate or their cocoa over to Switzerland, and they're going to make their chocolate in Africa, and they're going to try to sell that chocolate to other places around the world. Now, the problem is definitely going to be, how do they get their chocolate into European markets if the Europeans are going to say, no, we don't want you to try to do this, because that means everything for us will get more expensive, right? That's the process going on as far as monetary policy, and what's going on here as far as how the world is kind of getting ticked off and more of America. We kind of have this arrogance to us. I mean, I guess as we normally do, because we kind of like pay for everybody's shit nowadays. But it's kind of a weird balance right now. But we can listen to what the rest of this guy had to say.
Connect really between America's financial might and America's geopolitical might now.
How does the banking crisis that we're seeing unfold in real time play into that? And I ask that because we've seen the dollar weaken this week. And yes, we could talk about bank failures in the U.S. being regional in size, but then, of course, you've got all the question marks around Credit Suisse in Europe as well.
Cheers to the side.
How does that
Cheers.
fit into this bigger, broader picture about this disconnect that you're talking about?
I think it's a very important point because events change very quickly, but I think it's quite significant what you pointed out, that the dollar has not been able to rally as much as you would have expected it to, given what's going on, because everyone thinks of the dollar as a safe haven. And I think this is a big change from what we have seen in recent years. And that's partly because what's been slowly unfolding over the last few years, and especially after the what US did in terms of sanctions against Russia, that a lot of countries, whether it's China, it's India, they're all trying to diversify, get off the dollar standard. They understand that the world has become too dependent on the US dollar, and they've been trying to get off that standard, trying to cut bilateral deals, trade more with each other in their own currencies. And countries like China have been diversifying and buying bonds of other countries, from Indonesia to Europe, everywhere, except in the US. So I think that that's what's going on, that we are moving very slowly to a post-dollar world. There is no clear alternative to the US dollar. The Chinese currency certainly is not. But you're
That's the
seeing
truth.
attempts at diversification. For a while, even controversially, crypto held out that promise, which went bust. But again, interestingly, crypto's done relatively well over the last few weeks. So I think we are very slowly moving towards a post-dollar world. The dollar became very expensive, and America has been taking it for granted. And so I think that over the next few years, you will see a much weaker dollar than what we have today.
Okay.
And there you go. So yeah, so it has been interesting here to kind of learn about this stuff over the past years. I've been talking a lot about the Africa, even South America, right? So we'll see how all this goes, but I do think this is one of those reasons that I'm so happy just to own Bitcoin for the long term. Ethereum, a lot of different coins out there for the long term, because at the end of the day, like, am I going to be still taking in a bunch of cash? Of course, I still want to hold cash. I'm never going to not want to hold cash, hopefully, but I think that Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin will continue to increase, while I think overall the value of the dollar will slowly start to increase. I almost think of us following the United Kingdom model. I kept on trying to think of UK, but like if you go over here and you look at our dollar index, but this is a monthly chart. All right, we're at a pretty relative high point over the last few years since 2008. But if you look at it, over time, we've been coming down, quite frankly, right? We've been coming down. We might try to find some way to get stronger, but I doubt that as the rest of the world starts to kind of turn on the US dollar, because if they're not holding as much dollar, you know, that's more supply out for the rest of the world. That means there's more supply than there is really demand. The value, of course, would go down, okay? Especially if other people are cutting these trade deals between themselves and not using the US dollar to do so. That means less dollars need to be held by institutional governments or banks in order to get those jobs done. Maybe more banks have to hold, I don't know, euros or Swiss francs. You get what I'm saying, right? But when you look at something like the euro, right? This is something that gained strength a long time ago, back in the 70s. But even now, again, this is starting to come down bit by bit. You see the pound coming down bit by bit. This was exacerbated, I think, by Brexit a little bit more. But on the other hand, you know, you can see coming down, especially since the 2008 financial crisis, they never really recovered from this. Well, you see the United States dollar, our dollar index, we did manage to come back out of it with a stronger dollar here. Even the Japanese yen, that one's doing a little bit okay, but you look at the monthly chart, this thing has fallen down a lot since the 359 levels back in the 70s. But at least, again, it started to stabilize against the dollar. Excuse me, this is the dollar versus the yen, excuse me, other way around. How's it looking then? Flip this upside down. It's still in more of a trading range, but it's not bad. Not good, though, either. So never mind. Forget I should say that last one here. I was looking at this thing, and it was the yen to the dollar, like everything else, euro to the dollar, pound to the dollar. Other thing is, though, gold's been getting more valuable. You guys know that I've been holding gold for a while, but I keep on getting mad at it for not doing anything. It's finally doing something. So I guess we'll just see how this plays out. But these last 2 weeks, as far as all the nonsense going on, that's really giving gold a big boost here. Hopefully next week, if we have another rate hike, we may see gold go up a little bit more here. There we go, back to the 15. I'll hold that up there. And remember, guys, I showed you guys that on the the Gann box, the Gann fan, and the Gann square chart, we are looking at a level of resistance just right around here of 27,800, let's say. We're going to be looking to consolidate and break above that sometime later on today, or let's just say this weekend. See. And hey, Wilder Studios and Productions, I'll add it for you. What do you call? Send me an email, and I'm always up for it. I'd even give you like a quarter of any revenue that video made. Now, my videos don't obviously make too much because I don't do too much. But if you could edit the videos, I mean, I'd be all happy for it. All they need is some transitions and some voice audio, some voice clarity. Most of the voice clarity isn't too hard on the DaVinci Resolve, though. It's pretty simple there. But yeah, I'm always interested in it. Probably wouldn't be all my videos, but some of them I always got to test something out. But yeah, sure. Do I think this is a bull trap? At this point, yes, it is going to be a pretty nice bull trap, but it's how high the bull trap really goes, because we've actually had a technical breakout. We've had a few good days of strong moves. Most of the times that we talked about buying this, it was more than a few days ago. So I wasn't here streaming yesterday because my sister had a concert at school, but we had talked about a change of character. That was a few days ago. That change of character, I think I got rid of it a few minutes ago, but that change of character was right here, all right? So right here. So you had to wait a few days, 1, 2, 3 before it broke out, but it eventually did make that strong move. Or it was the change of character down here, which was like right here, and then you had to buy down here, and that could have been a big move. That would have been nice. Or it was when we were trying to hold at the oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong part of the chart. Or when we were looking to buy around the 200 daily moving average, and I'll put in with that as well as the support level over here. So I did a theoretical fake buy with you guys because I was too tired out to do a real buy because my sleep schedule has been awful this past few weeks, which I'm going to try to use it. I'm going to try to fix it this Sunday. You guys can see how bad I'm talking right now because I have not had enough sleep. But I did a theoretical buy at 20,400. It fell down a little bit more to 19,500. So it was like a 900 point drop. And then it had that reversal. Then it went up. Those are usually the times I'm more inclined to buy, to be frank. Now, you can see we have broken out above the 25,000 level of resistance right here. That was really yesterday. It looks like the 24,779. That's not really the level of resistance. It's really kind of up here. Yeah, that makes more sense. So we've just broken out above it today. I could say that we make our way up to $30,000. We try to make a little bit of stronger move. I think we could even go above $30,000 to 30,500. What did I say before? 30,500 to 31,392-ish levels. That'd be the golden selling zone if you guys still have anything left after you guys would have bought down here or down there. But as far as I'm concerned, I would mostly be scaled out over the next over this weekend because we don't know exactly what's going to happen with Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell, as far as I'm concerned, it seems like the news is now saying that he's going to be doing 25 basis point rate hike, but I don't know how much I trust the news right now because, as you guys know, right as the banking crisis was happening, I was watching CNBC and they were talking about how it's likely that he doesn't raise rates at all, or in fact that he may even cut rates, which I just thought was absurd. And so when I talk about this stuff, although, you guys know I listen to CNBC, Fox Business, and Bloomberg and stuff like that. Sometimes I can be a little bit too arrogant for myself to just not trust them when they talk about stuff like this. So maybe they have a point of saying we're not going to have any rate hikes and stuff like that. But to me, it always seems so crazy because I would have to say that I think that inflation has to come first, the fight. And it looks like he's done more than enough to keep the banks afloat at this point in time. If they're having liquidity issues, they have access to the credit. They have access to get money from the Fed. And I think they've already, over the past week or so, they've already gotten $165 billion in loans. They are just fine, if you ask me. So I think that gives breathing room to the Federal Reserve to try to raise interest rates by not 50, which I think was his intentional goal for next week, but instead his goal now is just to raise it by 25 and convey to the media, to the press, to the people in the market, to the market itself, that, hey, We are serious about fighting inflation. We will most likely have another rate hike right now. We are not ruling out not having another rate hike, something around that grounds. But I don't want him to turn dovish like he did in January, because you guys saw how much the market ran, of course. But eventually, all that's going to have to come crumbling back down if we cannot get inflation under control. And this is why we talk about how high we're going to have to raise this to in order to get inflation under control. I don't know how high rates are going to have to get in the short term. LMO politicians would rather you pick a side than bash only one side, as both sides aren't pretty equally responsible for the situation here. Just got a commercial. Muffin. What do you call? Name the politicians who won't talk to you. That's cap. Any of them, crap. Any of them who don't want healthy, fair criticism, which I find your comments to be. It wasn't the politicians, to be fair. It was their, what do you call those people? They're media people. They're media specialist people. They have formal names for them. I never got a chance to talk to the politicians themselves because I always got blackballed by those ones. Like, some of them said, hey, we're going to talk with you. Let's set up a time for a meeting. Let's have a call. And then when it came time to do it, nobody showed up. And I was just like, and I realized it was because I was bashing Biden for doing something during Christmas. I don't know what it was during the holidays. I was bashing Biden for doing something. I don't know what it was. I was bashing him for doing something, though, as it relates to oil prices or something, perhaps. I don't remember. I bash a lot of presidents, whether it's Trump, Biden, Obama, Bush. Although I have been liking those AI Bush, Obama, Trump, Clinton things, Joe Biden things on TikTok. Those have been actually very humorous, and I've enjoyed those quite a bit. The gaming between the presidents. And again, like your style, Mike, when I make my first million, I'm going to link up with you in Vegas. Vegas is a lovely place. I spend too much money when I go to Vegas, but this time I'm actually not spending too much money, which is actually pretty interesting. So I'm staying at 2 different hotels this time so I can kind of move around a little bit. So at the first part of the trip, when I'm hanging out with my friend more often, I'm going to be staying at the MGM Signatures, which are basically, they're just very nice suite rooms, but they're almost like condos where they have like microwaves and stuff in them. So when I have take home food, I like to just be able to microwave it instead of just like not having a place to microwave it, if that makes sense. So it's the Signature Suites at MGM. They're very good, but I would say no, they're not like some 5-star, 4-star resort, maybe 4-star, maybe 3 stars, 3-star probably. They're a nice resort. And then the hotel after that is the Aria. The Aria is the most expensive place because I'm having to get it for a conference, and the conference is making the Aria very, very expensive. Like here, Aria Vegas. And you can see I've already gone on here because I already searched for everything. Book a room, logging in. I don't want to do a Bruno Mars package. Okay. So, it's still signed into my account. So yeah. So right now, for the Tuesday, Wednesday, look at that Tuesday price right there. $803 for just one night. There's no way I'm paying that. There's no way. $314, fine. $179, fine. $186, fine. I'm not saying for the Thursday night here, but the $212, that's fine. But $800, that's why I'm splitting my trip up into 2. I refuse to pay that. It's freaking insane. Remember, this is for a base room at the Aria. This is not some type of suite where, I normally have like a jacuzzi tub and stuff like that. That's $800 for your basic, I think it's a king suite room. It is absolutely insane. And so even I have my limits there. Because remember, the hotel isn't really the expensive part, nor is the flying of going to Vegas. My flight is going to be a few $100s down there. That's what I paid for. The hotels are going to be $300, $400, close to maybe $700 for the few days I'm down there. That's not terrible, especially when you see all those dumb resort fees that they have. That's where all the money really goes to. So like $700 plus, that's $1,000 just right there to go down there, just hotel and flight. But when it comes to like going around, like when I Uber somewhere, that Uber is usually around $20 because I do Uber Black and I get driven around the Mercedes or the SUVs just because it's a personal preference of mine. I really do enjoy it. When I'm driving out here in Washington, I'm totally fine with being driven around in a Prius. If that's what it comes down to, I'm fine with it. But while in Vegas, I like to just have more fun out there. And then when I go to dinner, I'm going to places like Delmonico where the steaks are going to be a lot of money. The Water Grill, which is the fish is going to be really good. I might go to Morimoto, but from what I heard, it's really loud when you go in there, and I don't really necessarily like loud restaurants. It's really a big pet peeve of mine. But again, you can't. It's Vegas, so what are you going to do? And then some other places as well. Treva, Francisco Italiano, and a few more that I got to push for lunch. If I wasn't having fun with my dinner with my friend every single night, I was looking at some places where you can have these little things where you pay $155 for one night and you get driven around to 4 different restaurants, have a smaller version of all their best food, and then you kind of have a free drink with it or a couple of drinks with it. And then you kind of go off to the next place, the next place, the next place. I kind of want to try that, but I'll try that for another trip down to Vegas. I got a few more comp nights I can do. I wasn't able to use any of my comp nights this time because they were, blackout dates. Maybe because of this conference thing going on here, the big conference I'm going to. But maybe in the summer, I'll fly down to Vegas for just a few days, get a couple comp nights at MGM or Bellagio or something, and have some fun and try to have this little tour thing. I'm used to going to Vegas solo, so any opportunity I can just talk with more people, have fun, chill out. It's usually pretty fun when you're in Vegas. You don't really meet too many weirdos on these types of higher end type of things. Although they do have a $300 night package where you get all the food, but you also get a helicopter ride around the town, which I had actually thought about doing this time, but I'm going to Water Grill with one of my friends instead. I hope we start coming down soon. I have an open short and I'm about 2K away from my stop loss here. At this point in time, we are running up against a pretty solid level of resistance. If you just checked out that GAN box thing I was showing you a few minutes ago. As far as this coming back down, 4-hour chart, you want to see us over the next 16 hours or so, let's just say that, you want to see us break down below the 20. Once we start breaking down below the 20, a lot of your worries are going to melt away from there. You're going to have an opportunity to scale it a little bit more. But again, be careful. There's a reason why I've been doing a lot more day trading as of late, and that's been primarily because of all the chaos going down as far as the banks, the rate hikes. Everybody's concerned, and if you want to short, I would say use the change of character method. That's been working out pretty well for me so far, but there's been no shorting signals from that, I don't believe, as of yet, but could have some, maybe sometime later on this week if we're lucky, or if you want it to come down at least, or perhaps as we look into the future on Tuesday and Wednesday when we have the rate hikes coming out. See, and hey, Slick Rick, can I check out BREAKOUTS? This one kind of looks a little bit like Bitcoin, still moving up a little bit higher. Weekly chart. Oh, okay. It looks like it's just in this kind of squeezing process here between that 50-week moving average and the 20-week. As long as it doesn't fall down below that 20-week moving average, I think you would be fine holding it for an extended period of time. But again, if it breaks down below that, you're most likely looking to short, and I mean close down below it, not just coming down below it in the short term here. On the daily here, though, death cross here after a nice little pump yesterday. I would say if Bitcoin can find its way to break out and head back up towards $28,000, $29,000, I think you have a good opportunity of getting back up here towards at least 51 cents. That'd be a pretty solid investment right there. Yeah, 16% or so. That'd be fine. No, let me see, because you already had that first breakdown there, and you can see how that broke down. These breakdowns are usually pretty chill on this one. Look at this breakdown, even we just broke out about that as well. Yeah, if you can just get that break at about 44 cents and close above it, I think you'd be in good shape to see it go all the way back up towards 50, 51 cents. Golden cross is inbound for this one. Yeah, I would say there's a strong chance this gets back up to 50 cents. Looks like a lower market cap coin, but I'd give it a shot here. You probably already had your buying signal back over here. Yeah, around 35 cents was probably a good buying signal for this one after we kind of made a new high here after having lower highs here for a while. Plus we had a higher low as well here. So there's probably some good moves here. As far as where your resistance levels are, let's do the easiest way to do this. Let's go here. You're going to have some resistance right here at the trend line. That's fine. 48 cents and as far as 52 cents, I'd probably say if you bought right now in anticipation for these golden crosses, you might want to just sell out around the 50 cent range. Just call it a day, take your money and go home. If you're looking for something better than that, I mean, really, you got to fight through all of this, and that's going to be kind of hard. Maybe at the higher end, you get up here to 55 cents, but anything above that, I mean, you really have to go back a little bit further in time up here to 63. You might want to leave 5% in there just in case it happens. But if you get up here and then you start breaking back down below, let's say 48, I'd most likely just cut my potential losses, I guess, at that point, and just have some money extra in your pocket and be like, okay, cool, I made some money, time to go. Oh, and I'm going to be making some more tutorial videos for you guys later on this week. Again, I have just not been getting any sleep this week because my sleep schedule just got turned upside down. And so I've been like staying up all night, getting like 2 hours of sleep during the day, and then like staying up all night again. It's been horrible. But I will figure it out this weekend. See. And we have all the money and all the debt. We do have all the debt, that's for sure. And hey, Clifford, Ethereum Classic, what about Ethereum Classic? Let me know. Any discount killer. Bought a SPY put this morning at market open and made it $100. Use those linear regression candles, UT bot alerts and super trend and technicals you made a video on and basis for into this play. Thanks. Dude, I'm happy. I need to make another video of that improved because I forgot that I'm gonna do another series. Let me stop for a second. I'm all over the fucking place. Okay, sorry guys. I am just really tired, but I like streaming with you guys, and it's a Friday night, and not like who doesn't want to stream on a Friday night. So as far as those linear regression candles, I like it. I think I just forgot to tell you guys, don't just use them to trade. Also just have an idea of what's going on the main charts. For those of you guys that watch my channel, you guys would already assume this, but for somebody that has not watched my channels before, they may not have assumed that, which made me want to make another video here. So I will be making more videos like that. And some of you guys in the comments have been leaving me something that has totally skipped my mind, because you guys know that I try to make videos as simple as I can for you guys, and you guys really appreciate that. I've been really grateful for you guys' comments. However, some of you guys make the point that not all of you guys have the premium version of TradingView like I do. So when I can add like 1,000 indicators, I can use the second chart, I can have like 8 charts open at one point in time. You guys can't always do that. So I am going to have a few videos out there. These are not technically ones that are going to be geared towards YouTube views. So they might only get a few hundred views, a few thousand views over time, and they slowly get views over time. So they're not going to be going viral. But I will say that I am going to be trying to do a couple series here over the next few weeks, or at least try to get them started primarily before I head off to Vegas. The first one is going to be trading on your phone. So how to set up your technical analysis on your phone so you can see some easy ways to make money while you're on the go. And then you could hop on your, Fairdesk app, your KuCoin, your Binance app, whatever, and you guys can make some profitable trades off of that. Or if you guys are trading stocks with these methods, of course, you guys can hop on a TD Ameritrade, Robinhood, Webull, whatever else is out there, right? So that's going to be one side of it. The other, sorry, Loki's over here trying to say hello. Hey, Loki, come here. Come here. You can say hi. Yeah, up. He's like being very shy. Oh, he's looking for a treat, but the treat's in my pocket. Yeah, there he is. And he ran off. And the second one here is how to set these up so you guys can use like a setup of up to 3 indicators. I forget what the version of TradingView is. TradingView plans. Yeah, so I have the premium one, and that's perfect for me. But as always, wait, if you guys want to pay for premium yearly, I would say pay for it all right as Black Friday, because the sale is like 40 to 50% off. It is amazing. Always will say that to you guys. Pay monthly until you hit that date. If you guys want to take that next step up and have like a professional chart for the whole year, you have a whole year to practice professional investing. It makes a difference. But yeah, so Pro, it gives you 5 indicators per chart, 2 charts in one layout. Pro Plus is 10 indicators per chart. Probably going with more with the Pro. So that's something I'm also going to be working on here. The unfortunate thing is you're not going to have the moving averages for a lot of these indicators. If you can only have a few, right? If you can only have 5, you're not going to be having moving averages. You're going to have another layout that just has the moving averages and maybe the technicals, and you can put 2 and 2 together, so to speak. But if you're on your phone or you guys don't have a premium plan like me, I'm also going to be making videos about that as well, because a lot of the strategies that I use, you could really put a lot of stuff together on these ones, which can make it very, very lucrative if done right. And I know I've made a lot of videos for you guys as far as Lux Algo. I also have a meeting with Chart Prime tomorrow to learn how to use their platform so I can make videos on their stuff as well. And then on top of that, I also have to do videos for, I don't know, but there's another bot thing I think I heard about as well, but I'll do that on the second channel probably. But if you guys know anybody that has some type of trading thing that works, script or something like that, that works on TradingView, let me know. And then if you guys ever watch one of my videos and you guys hear me say, hey, do you guys need help understanding another script or another indicator? Let me know. It doesn't have to be one of these scripted things where it has all this extra hullabaloo to it. If you guys just want to know how to add a moving average onto your charts, you guys can ask me that and I'll make a simple video how to add moving averages onto your charts. Now, I have actually already made a video on that and I'm surprised it's actually made views because one of you guys asked me for it and I was like, well, that's a very easy thing to learn how to do. But you know what? Somebody didn't think so, so I made a video for them and more people have watched it. Now, I'm not saying it's gone viral where you have like hundreds of thousands of likes and stuff like that into it, but I think it was something in the range of, there's Ganfin, Fibonacci's, divergences. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. See? This video has gotten 3,074 videos has published. It's grinding along slowly, but people always have this question. You guys may think you're alone and you guys have some type of very stupid question. None of you guys' questions are stupid. This took me about a minute. This is a minute 17. This video probably took me about 5 minutes in total to make, setting everything up, recording it, and doing a slight edit on it. It was very, very easy for me to do this. And now, you know what? Did I lose technically money and time on it because it only made me $10 so far? Sure, but do I care? No. Like, ask me away for these guys. You know, if you guys have any questions on this type of stuff, let me know. And all of you guys are searching for it, right? Search terms. 87% of this, the views come from search. How to set moving average in TradingView, right? The other one's moving average TradingView moving average indicator, right? So don't be afraid to comment down in my posts. And if you guys do see a video of mine, please make sure to leave as many comments as you can. It helps with the video a lot. So I did put out a new video over the past few hours. I would say this morning. Yeah, early this morning. Yeah, right here, the Federal Reserve's massive mistake warning. If you guys could watch that from the beginning to end and give it a comment, I would appreciate that a lot. But no rush right now because we are in a nice little evening stream. And hey, Tigger, happy to see you back, man. I need to go to Philadelphia later on this year if I'm lucky. I bought some Bitcoin 500 worth, all I can afford at the moment. There you go. Looks like you're making a nice little profit right now. Definitely worth dollar costing some average right now. Dollar cost averaging as well. Excuse me. Oosh. Congrats. I've been making 4K a week trading Tesla. Ooh, Tesla's always a fun thing to trade right there. Still haven't found a good crypto leverage platform. I signed up on Binance only to find that the USA is restricted from trading. Then I tried Kraken, and in order to the margin trade, you have to be certified. Hey, Discount. For Binance, you have to go through Binance US, but even some states don't allow it. I have a link in my comment section at the top. I would try Fairdesk. It's very easy to sign up. It's very, very easy. You could literally sign up through Google. So they're fairly new to the United States. They're mostly from Asia. They're from South Korea. So they've been trying to work on regulations with America for a long time so they can kind of get something that works and stays here for a while. So I would say give Fairdesk a chance, and they also give you a bonus for signing up, which is always pretty chill. And when you use my link, you also get you pay a lot less fees than everybody else. And I don't know about you guys, when you do margin trading, you don't want to pay fees because they can they can add up. So less fees is always better, I would say. But give it a shot. Let me know if it works out. Sometimes some states they'll have extra regulations on top of the federal regulations that are out there. They call it eligible contract participants, and states you need 10 million USD in assets to invest. What the heck is that requirement? That's crazy. They're trying to only hold larger account balances. Most likely they want a little bit more of a stable business model. I think what you saw happen with a lot of things out there over the past few years, a lot of exchanges is, how would I say this? When the market goes boom, everybody's having a good time. Tons and tons of money flows in there, just flows into all the exchanges out there. and then people eventually make the money and leave, or they lose the money, or they become bag holders, one or the other, right? And I'm guessing they don't want to have to worry about large amounts of money leaving their platform because people are done with crypto. They want to have those investors who continue to grow their portfolios time after time after time, and it makes a healthier business environment. However, it is going to limit their growth a lot when you see other types of exchange during a whole different perspective. Fairdesk is more of a Fairdesk is for day traders, swing traders out there, but anybody can join. Binance is more of that place where if you're looking for a whole bunch of different ways to make money within your crypto, you go to there in the KuCoin. But if you're just a simple trader who's looking to make money, right? Usually Fairdesk is what I prefer. But like here, let me show. I'll make a longer tutorial about this later on. But Fairdesk, right? They have futures, copy, trade, spot, buy crypto, right? Earn, learn, promotions, and that's about it. Area V2. This is something that's pretty interesting. I need to figure out exactly how that works, but it looks pretty cool. Right? Looks pretty cool right here. I think it's just kind of like trying to do some scalping or something and like that. But you go to spot, you can buy a bunch of stuff in spot here, which is always pretty nice. Of course, you can see Bitcoin's been doing fairly well here too. But let's see here. I don't really know which coins you would probably want to do, but you can see they have a basic amount of coins here. They're not the type like BitGet who has like every single coin, but a lot of coins are kind of shitty coins with low volatility. They kind of have to build the volatility in this one pretty well. But then you also have the ones like Binance, right? Oops. Okay, whatever. Binance.us. Binance US. How do I get to their main page? No. They've changed up their website a little bit. But, they have all these staking opportunities, all stuff like this where you can stake your money, keep it there for a long time. You can loan your crypto out. There's a lot more different ways to use it. I don't necessarily even use any of those things, so I've been fine with it, frankly. I'm not the type of guy that prefers to stake my crypto. I understand you can make money staking, but traditionally I just tend to just like hold it in a wallet, cold wallet, and be happy to know that if the exchange would ever go down, my crypto is still safe because it's in my wallet. So there's a give and take when it comes to this type of stuff. And hey, Larry, never any notifications? What do you call? Oh, for the stream? I don't know. I'm YouTube never likes to give out notifications for me as much anymore. Some of you guys get them, some of you guys don't. I don't know how it decides though. Crypto jumps because it's the fastest way to get money out of the bank. I expect more bank runs on the Wall Street Journal news. 186 more banks like Sam Bankman-Fried. Silicon Valley Bank maybe. But as far as that, I mean, I think Bitcoin is getting a rally here because people feel like the dollar is kind of in a little bit of a trouble right now. So they're trying to find a place to store their money just for a little bit. Usually you're not going to be seeing people fly to Bitcoin for safety. That's not really usually what it's for by the majority of investors out there. I think because we're looking at a lower dollar rate, are you seeing a weaker dollar? I think Bitcoin is just reacting to that from a global standpoint because, again, it's not just Americans that buy cryptocurrency. It's everywhere. The whole world buys cryptocurrencies, and it's all going into one huge mixing pot, which is amazing, which is why crypto is going to do so well down the road. Whereas you see, there's different stock markets around the world, and people, there's a good parts and bad parts, but, I have no idea what a future crypto market may look like, actually, as far as like an exchange and stuff like that, like the New York Stock Exchange. How's that going to work? See, sounds like some awesome video stuff coming down the line. It definitely is going to be pretty fun. Once I start getting this stuff, I got some emails about it. I guess I probably shouldn't share them with you because I have like tracking numbers and stuff on them. I don't want any of you guys to cancel them. Confirmed room reservation, login notification. Yeah, it says material Bitcoin. It's on the way. Your order is on the way and will be delivered by Coruscant. Can't pronounce that. For the latest updates and details, click the button above. Kind regards, material Bitcoin, and then track and trace. And as far as the track and trace, And it's coming from Spain. España. I can't pronounce the street of it, but yeah, it's coming from Spain. So it's going to take like a week to get here or so. And that's fine by me, right? Thoughts on FNGD? Thoughts on FNGD weekly candles. Okay, weekly engulfing. Oh, yeah. Look at that breaking down below support here. I would say this looks like it wants to come down another leg. Let me get rid of the pitchfork here, because I know we talked about this a while ago. Let's bring this over here to the Fibonacci levels. That's not going to be, that's fine over there then. No, 3, no. 2. No, okay. Yeah, you might see it come back down here to around like $19, $18. Looks like $19 or so. I would say it's already broken down. There's not really much support here at this point besides this little bit of a level right there around $22. If we start to break down below that, it'd be worth a couple days scalp. Yeah, because this is a weekly chart too, so it can be definitely worth a little bit of a scalp coming back down. Until that scalp technically happens, until that breakdown actually happens, you're looking at a buying opportunity here. Would I take it? Probably not, since it's the inverse leverage. But maybe a 1 day trade. I could see that playing out, but you would have to look for a solid breakout here because you're holding support. Did we break out here? No, that didn't really symbol. It didn't feel like too much of a breakout, did it? Anything that can justify a nice bounce from here besides that? I would say I would just wait for an opportunity to short this sucker down or buy some puts on it, but most likely short it, I guess. But trade it from 22 down here to 20. You could trade it to 19 if you want to, but I'd say 20 is probably going to be your best bet. Until then, though, if for whatever reason we have a little bit of a change going into the rate hikes, you could try to play this up to maybe around $25, $26. No more than that, though, if you want to have some fun with it. I was just wishing there'd be a little bit more of a better pattern out here, especially as you're already seeing some of these, like, these breakdowns occurring. 5 minute. Perhaps if we just manage to close above this level up here around 2370, you can try to make a move there, but I'd really be hoping for more of a breakdown there for lucky. But again, we'll have to see how that plays out. There we go. All right. See it here. And hand discount. I'm on free and it's only 3. What do you call? Look at, oh yeah. Look at the charts long enough and the moving averages become useless. Yeah, but most people that watch my tutorials are not necessarily been watching the charts for hours and hours and hours, days and days and days. A lot of them have only been watching the charts for maybe a few weeks, but they're not used to how the moving averages work. And a lot of them like to look at the 5 minute charts or the 15. They don't really look at what they need to be looking at there. And hey, discount, I see nothing about Fairdesk. Oh, it's in the comments section. So if you go to comments, it's up at the pins. I will add the link, though, to that as well. And it's not on there. That's interesting. Okay, hold on a second here. Oh, yeah, okay. I use a different streaming thing today. It's a Ledger Nano link in there right now. Hold on one second here for you. I can do it for you very fast. Fair. Do. Excuse me, guys, for the slurping sound. All right. Oh yeah, they really did have a weird. What do you call this one? There we go. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so if you refresh the stream at the very top, right underneath the description, you should see it right then and there. And the description is like much smaller now because it's not even relevant to what we're talking about right now. And it discount, you got your Ledger Nano today as well, dude. That's awesome. What do you call it? It's always nice to have a cold storage wallet, guys, just to make sure it's not you can't be hacked. You don't got to worry about anything. That's why I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun with this wallet I'm taking to Las Vegas. I'm gonna see if I can use it around or see what it's like. Now I usually carry my cards around in this wallet right here, but in this example here, I'm going to actually take a leather wallet because I don't think that Bitcoin wallet is actually going to fit into this one right here. And plus I have too many cards. I'm not going to take my business card. I'm not going to take my bus pass card. I'm not going to take this card right here either, or this credit card, or this credit card. I will take my ID and I will take those 2 credit cards perhaps. When you go to Vegas, don't take the credit cards you don't need. Take the credit cards that give you the most cash back. That's my rule. Then make sure to pay everything off when you get back, of course. Hopefully with some winnings you've made at the hotel or the casino. See, and then Market's getting a Keystone wallet. It's pretty fresh. I will message Keystone. Then I don't know much about it, but I'll message them and see if I can get a wallet to review. But I see for those ones though, I probably need to have more videos on record of me reviewing stuff to see how it works out. These review videos, I'm going to try to do a lot of editing on them. So there's a channel that I admire a lot. The channel doesn't exist much anymore, but it's called Jim's Review Room. Really, really good channel. Really, really good channel. But he stopped doing videos a couple years ago in order to do gaming, but his gaming career didn't work out. But he was really, really chill. Like these are his videos. Let me see if I can pull this right here. Can I? Yeah.
Hey folks, there's no denying the first generation were one of my favorites. They weren't perfect, but at least to me, they sounded great.
And so he breaks down, he used to break down everything as far as headphones, electronics. He broke it down at all. Really, really good guy, mostly like headphones and stuff like that, but really, really cool. Like speakers, headphones, this guy did it all. And so I want to have my review videos be something like this also, but with more of a tech feel. So, you know, I can go over here and do some type of tech review, but most of the reviews that I see, like, what's a review for some of the wallets I'll be doing? I'll just, crypto wallet review. All right. Oops. There you go. So you have BitBoy up here, the top 3 cold wallets. These aren't really reviews. It's more of just like, you know, the top, like I said, a list of videos. So it's not breaking everything down. You got the top 5 cold storage wallets in 2023, the best crypto wallet for 2022, Ledger versus Treasury. So my goal here isn't to have a top 5 video. These are all kind of geared towards views. What I want to do for these tutorials is something like so basic is like, okay, what does it look like? How does it feel? Then how is the security? And then how do you put crypto onto this wallet? How do you take crypto off of this wallet? What happens if you lose the wallet? What happens if you know, the wallet breaks? What happens to this? What happens? Like what if, and kind of just lay it down all to you, like frankly. And then, you know, I would say like 3-4 months later, probably closer to 2-3, I would say 3 months later, I've been using this wallet for the last 3 months, some of that. And then I'll for that wallet, I'll do another review 3 months later, explaining to you guys how it's been holding it for 3 months and how I've liked it, how much I've used it, how it's been nice. Have I been keeping it more at home? Have I been taking it more out and about with friends and stuff? How it's actually like how I've used it and how you guys might use it as well. That's kind of how I envision these tutorials. It's not going to be so much of like, hey guys, here's this product, you guys should buy it because I'm getting it for free. They're not paying me to do it, and they specify they really want an honest review, which is good. I always like a company that says, hey, honest reviews. But my goal here isn't to necessarily sell it to you, although if you guys like it, you guys could buy it, right? And I'll probably get a commission for it. That's true. But it's really to break down like what's good, what's bad, and at the same time, really practice my editing skills, because my editing skills, as you guys know, need some work. They're a lot better than what they used to be, but they still need a lot of work. I have a friend who has a channel called Internet Antichrist. I know the name might seem kind of funny to you, but this guy is a master of editing. His editing workflow is out of this world, and it very, very complicated. I honestly have no idea how he gets all that stuff done. I am not trying to be at his level, but I do have to say he is an incredible video editor. If you haven't given it a chance, look at Internet Antichrist. He is insane with his editing skills. Insane. Can I make a video on how to put crypto into a hard wallet? It depends on the wallet, because each wallet has its own way of putting money onto it. Like for this material Bitcoin wallet, you just scan it and you send the Bitcoin to that address, and the Bitcoin is on the wallet. Some of them you might have to do electronically. Some of you guys might not have a QR code on it. There's a whole bunch of different ways that you guys could add crypto into a wallet. If you have a specific one like a Ledger Nano or something like that, I could try to do that one for you. That one's not too complicated. But there's tutorials on YouTube in case it takes me a little bit more time, but I'd probably want to have the exact version of that you have, so I know exactly what to be doing. Because sometimes if I don't have the one you have, it might not make exactly the same sense, and I don't want you sending your crypto over to some random wallet, right? And hey, Marcus, thoughts on Gala? I mean, Gala's been doing fine over the past few days, just like everything else. Am I somewhat more excited about it than everything else? No. I would say when it comes to Gala, it's something that you just want to trade when it gets to be more volatile. I'm never one of those guys that tries to buy it before it goes volatile, because I can just never time it. I would say when you're in a more volatile environment like this is usually the opportunity for you to be trading for a few hours at a time on the 15-minute chart, while also understanding where the 4-hour and daily charts are at. Right now, you're seeing some resistance on both of those, but we're still not in a terrible spot. But I would say definitely it'd be more of a day trading opportunity for this point to be trading Gala. Do I like to draw my trend lines from the wicks or the bodies? Hey, Joe, it's usually the wicks for me. It's usually the wicks. Both have their purposes, but for me, the wicks are usually fine, because the way I trade is reversals through breakouts and usually moving averages, and also understanding where those support and resistance levels are. Like when you guys think about a change of character, it sounds really fancy when I kind of explain it and stuff like that and break down the tutorials, but you guys will eventually, you guys can just see change of characters on your charts. It's usually when you just break that cycle of lower highs in a certain way. So like if I go over here to maybe a 4-hour chart, remember? Broke that cycle of those highs over here, broke that high over here. What happened? We went up higher even after that. Higher, broke that high right here, looking pretty good. You're not trying to, the thing is you got to let it sit for a little bit. So like it sit for a little bit, it got rejected, you found a level of resistance, you broke out above it, and then boom, you have a buying opportunity here. You just got to remember this type of stuff. So this is this Bitcoin 4-hour. I mean, I guess this was technically a change of character, but that kind of happened too fast. Yeah, really right here, change of character breaking down on this. This is on the bearish side here, but see how it came back up, eventually came back down. You got to be able to time that. Usually what those indicators do for you is they just make it a little bit easier. So they kind of, they tune out a lot of the false ones, or a lot of the ones that aren't going to be as useful to you, which is kind of why I like them. a lot of you guys may use fair value gaps, and you guys may run across the same problem where fair value gaps are very common all over the place. And you guys, like, once you start seeing them, you can't unsee them. So it's better just to have the system do it for you, and you don't have to worry about looking for every single fair value gap, because the system will tell you what the most important ones you should be looking at are without having too many overlaps and things of that nature. Will Bitcoin reach 30K? I would say if we can just break above this like 27,000, if we can break above 28,000, let's just say that. If we can break above 28,000, I would say there's about like 80% chance we make it to 30K, probably up to 31K, frankly. From there, though, I would not be looking for anything bigger than that. I mean, that'd be extraordinary. Yeah, I would say at this point, there's probably a 60% chance we can hit it. But we need to see Bitcoin consolidate a little bit more for like the next few hours, and then really have a forceful breakout above 28,000. From then, you're in the gold here. But at this point, we looked at the golden, not golden. We looked at the GAN fans and the GAN boxes a few minutes ago. There's a big level of resistance right here, and that's currently what we're testing out. So we need to find an opportunity there to break out, which may happen as China wakes up a little bit more, or maybe Europe wakes up later on tonight. And hey, Ken, I used to watch his channel. Oh, and Antichrist, yeah, he's a big YouTuber out there. And hey, Chef, hey, Mike, what I miss? Not much. Bitcoin's been kind of going stale since I started streaming here, which is always fun. But I was explaining that I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks, as you guys know. Bitcoin's in an okay position right now, but I expect it to come back down over the next few days. And on top of that, we really have to see what Jerome Powell is going to say. If he's very bullish, or excuse me, hawkish or dovish during the meeting on Tuesday and Wednesday, it's going to drive the markets insane whichever way he starts to go. At this point, though, I'm pricing in a 25 basis point rate hike, and I'm hoping that he finds a way to could say that, hey, we're probably going to have more rate hikes as we go on, because the governments are now well capitalized. They've taken out over $165 billion in loans. They should be fine, even if we continue to raise interest rates. So that's what I'm hoping to hear next week, though. And thanks, Discount. I appreciate it. My editing style, it's not going to be as advanced as everybody else's, but I hope it's just basic. It's not supposed to distract you from the educational content you're learning, but it should like kind of help you guys, just help you guys understand even more. What are you doing, Loki? Stop looking. I have a blanket on my legs because I didn't turn my heater on today, because I've been upstairs all day, and so now Loki's just like licking my heater because I think I might have dropped some salsa on it or something while I was eating. Yeah. 1 second. He's looking for another treat. Yeah, see it. He's so gentle when taking that stuff away, though. I taught him right. Well, let's see. And hey, Daily Double G, happy to see you back. Hope all is well. Everything's been doing pretty well. The only thing bad about me right now, guys, frankly, is just my lack of sleep. I'm going to try to fix that this weekend. I'm going to be doing like a few videos for you guys as far as members. That's really the only thing I'm going to be doing here. And then I'm going to be doing some videos for everybody else as well, as far as just some indicator videos. But primarily, I'm not even going to be working on my course this weekend, which I've been doing pretty consistently on. Because next week I wanted to start recording the initial stock version, and it'll be available to all the members out there. And so you guys will start seeing a rough version, because I'm going to have to do a little bit of a cleanup version afterwards, but probably not too much different, honestly. My course isn't supposed to look that pretty. It's supposed to be very educational and help you guys understand what's going on. But because of that, it's just going to be a very long tutorial, which a course that's going to be like 50 hours. So that 50-hour course is going to take some time. But once I'm done with the whole 50-hour course, I'll delete all the videos off of the YouTube channel, and then I'll sell it to everybody else. But everybody else would have had an opportunity to watch the course at least once, at least the members, whatever, right? But what was I going to say here? Oh yeah, but the lack of sleep, it's definitely been bothering me. Oh my gosh. I ordered cereal for the first time in a while. I paid like $9 for a box of cereal. It's insane out here. But then I forgot, I fell asleep in the morning, like around like 6 o'clock in the morning. So my cereal and milk were just like outside for the whole day. And I was like, oh, I don't go grocery shopping. I end up going to, what's it called? Instacart. And hey, Chad, 25 points for sure. Yeah, definitely. Do I think money will flow out of Bitcoin and into Dogecoins? Probably not right now. As far as Dogecoin, it's in a good spot, guys. It's still like one of the top market cap coins in the world right now. It's fine, but as this bear market grinds on and things get worse, you could probably see the value keep on going down, just like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of that. For me, though, it's more of making sure they're still doing the day-to-day business of running their business, and then also they need to focus on getting some type of formal deal with Elon Musk, getting put on Twitter, and then being used as a legitimate, study, so people can see how this would look, how it works out, how people are moving the money back and forth, and just how does it look? Because at the end of the day, here, let's do this. I need to take a sip of this liquid courage here. So hold on a second here, guys. Cool. Much easier than trying to swipe. Cheers. All right, what will Elon do with Dogecoin? This is from September 12th of 2022. Here's what Elon Musk continued Dogecoin support is immoral. That was immoral. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I just want to learn the tech side of it. Let's see. Elon Musk explains why he supports Dogecoin and what's next. Elon Musk, the Tesla and SpaceX founder, explains why he supports the meme altcoin and what he plans to do next. Elon Musk decided to start supporting Dogecoin after he was asked about it by not so wealthy people, the billionaire said in this interview with Bloomberg at the Qatar Economic Forum. What is he going to say? Okay. There's no news here. Like, they need to figure out what they're doing here. They need to like get their act together on it. That's what Dogecoin needs to do. But at this point, it's still a very sought coin. It's still going to get a lot of people buying into it, and it has the ability to be bought from people that want it like that like stocks as well. The fact that that's on Robinhood is huge. The fact that it's on Webull is huge. All these other exchanges, it's huge. That's a good sign. I am still looking for Robinhood and Webull to put on other altcoins that have lower market caps. Those are going to be much better returns than Dogecoin over the next few years. Although Dogecoin is looking like it's going to be a pretty good return on investment too. But they need to start promoting that more, and just not even promoting it as the payment service, sure, but how making progress with it, making more progress. But I'm not entirely sure. I don't research Dogecoin all too much. You'd have to watch Matt Wallace for that. And hey, Axel, you didn't go to notification. Guys, YouTube is very, very weird. It doesn't like my crypto streams all too much. It's been promoting my regular videos a little bit more, but yeah, it's a weird thing, guys. I don't know how to get YouTube to actually tell you guys when I'm going live. I'm going to try to go live around 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock daily, but there's some times where I can't, like yesterday because I was at my sister's concert. It can be hard, right? But what do you call it? The best thing I can say is periodically check on the channel and see if I have a video coming up. What I'll try to do, though, for you guys, I think this will be a little bit easier. Throughout the day, I will start posting in the morning when my stream is. So I can go over here to YouTube, and I can go over here. It says create, go live. I can make the live in the morning, and it should give you guys an opportunity to see it sometime through the rest of the day, saying, hey, Michael's going live at 6 o'clock. Make sure to have the bell notification on so you guys can get the alert or something like that. I'll try to do that more often for you guys. It's just normally I try not to do it too much because, again, what happens if my mom needs me? I have to go pick her up from dialysis. What happens if my sister needs something from the school or something like that? I usually need to be free to like skip the stream or something like that if need be, because my mom, my mom may need help or something like that. Like, My mom has a stress test next week and she's getting a stent put in her heart or something like that. So, I got to make sure I'm there for her if she needs something. And sorry, guys, if my mom ever needs something, you guys are kind of not going to beat her for my attention, right? And hey, Island Time, what do I think about JPMorgan? JPMorgan Chase. I mean, as far as the bank, it seems like a solid place that people are putting their money in right now. And I have a Chase account. I like Chase a lot. It seems like they're gaining momentum because everybody is so afraid of all the other banks. They're just putting money there. On the other hand, there's more and more rumbles coming up about Jamie Dimon and him knowing about Epstein. So that's kind of a wild card right now. I think even CNBC was talking about it. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, look at that. JPMorgan CEO Jamie Dimon aware of Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking, lawyer says. Attorneys for the U.S. Virgin Islands argue that JPMorgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon bears blame along with former top bank executive Jess Staley for facilitating sex trafficking, by Jeffrey Epstein. Right? So a lot of chaos going on right now. Right here, look at it. Trump will surrender to face charges if indicted. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff just being tossed out there for news these days. So who knows if this is like actually true? But I mean, gosh darn, it could be crazy if it is. It's a big wild card. College hopefuls have a new ultimate dream school, and it's not Harvard, Princeton, or Yale. What's the new dream school? Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Stanford, Harvard, New York University, University of California, Princeton, University of Pennsylvania, Columbia. I don't know. I don't really think the school you go to matters too much unless you're looking for a specific career where they value that school, if that makes sense. Like you have friends that went there so they can give you help. Like I went to freaking Montana State University. I don't think that school ranks high on any metric. I'm serious. Also, I grew up very poor, so you guys understand that. But, like, Montana State University ranking. Agricultural sciences, 53 of 152. Best college food, 93 of 1373. Oh, that's kind of cool. Had good food. Public universities, it's 114 of 600. College for environmental science, it's up there. Nursing, it's up there. Not great, but not bad. Engineers, it's actually pretty decent, but not like fantastic. It's not really breaking above the top 100 for anything here, except for agricultural sciences, which is kind of interesting for Montana. Sports, no. Biology, no. Chemistry, no. Anthropology, no. Computer science, no. Top party schools, not one of the top party schools because we're like frozen for half the year. So how are you gonna party in negative 40-degree weather? You tell me. Actually, I guess I did find a way, didn't I? But still, Greek life not good. Colleges with Beck academics, no. Businesses, no. Safest college campuses, hell no. 8 out of 28. That's because bears roam around the campus every now and again. So but Montana has the best college campuses in Montana. That's cool. That's interesting. So it's the best college campus, best college locations, best colleges. So it's like the best one in Montana, but not the best one, obviously, in the country. Most diverse colleges. This was definitely not very diverse, and it definitely was. It's value, I guess, but it's like the least safe college. Like it's the least safest. Rocky Mountain, what is this? Yeah, they gave it a B for safety after all that. Yeah, who knows? But yeah, basically, what one word or phrase best describes the typical student at this school? Diverse, hipsters, jock, country kids, foreign, ski bums, country, and other. It's a mix of all things here on campus, right? Definitely interesting, right? Definitely interesting. What do I think about shorting it? I would be inclined in shorting it. However, I would most likely, for safety's sake, I would wait for the rate hikes to come in, or maybe there's going to be a rate hike, and then from there kind of see where it goes, and then wait for whatever breakdown may come. Because as far as JPMorgan, it's kind of having its own fluctuations based off of all this banking crisis nonsense. So if you like look it up, do I have FedBiz open? Yeah. Right. Oh, it did break down. Actually broke down a while ago over here too. Hovering on the 200. I would just wait for it to break down below the 200 daily moving average, then I'd be fine with shorting it. Oh yeah, and you can also see over here the 50-week moving average. So yeah, look at that, holding up the 50-week moving average on the daily, the 200. Just wait for it to break down below that. You should be solid for a short. Don't buy it at this major level. Don't short into this major level of support. Just wait for it to break. When it breaks, you're good to go. When it breaks, you're fine. And I think if Jerome Powell raises interest rates, that'll still put pressure on them in the short term. You might see it come all the way back down here, just maybe to 113 or so. But I would say anywhere within 121 to 111, you're probably good there. Maybe around 114 if you want to kind of split the difference there. But yeah, just wait for it to break down just that little bit more, and you should be fine from there. The 4 hours are probably all bearish. Yeah. Just wait for it to have that breakdown, and you're fine. But be careful about shorting it into that support level. It might get a little bit nasty for you, and like for a few days before it eventually tries to make that move. Especially as more news will probably come out about Jamie Dimon and his interesting ways of whatever he did, giving money to Epstein, even knowing that he was all a nasty dude. See, where do you recommend keeping a large sum of money? Treasury is my best bet. I mean, $1 month, 2 month, 2 month, like to 2 year. No, what I'm talking about. 1 to 2 year treasuries. Sorry. 1 to 2 years treasuries is usually my best bet. I mean, you could put the money into stocks, don't get me wrong, but why would you? Like, again, from my perspective, I think everything is still pretty bearish. The market is just catching up to my thought process down the road. Maybe a little bit of arrogance on my part. But yeah, I mean, I would honestly just think that treasuries are the best place to put it, because at least you're getting like 4 or 5% just for letting them hold the money for a while. Like, what is a 6-month treasury at? Bill rate. Yeah, 6 months for 4.69%. That's a pretty darn good rate. So I mean, like, it makes sense to me to put it there so you don't have to worry about the volatility of the market. And this is why this is part of the reason that banks are having their issues. You would rather have 4.7% for letting the bank, the U.S. hold your treasury, or you have a treasury for 6 months, instead of just letting you keep the money in the bank where you don't earn anything off of it. Everybody and their mom should be doing treasuries right now. I mean, that's what most people should be doing. They should be dumping all their savings accounts into treasuries. Also having a base level of safety, but treasuries are usually good. The 6 month is my personal favorite because I don't like keeping my money tied away for too long, frankly. But I mean, there are other treasuries out there. So like maybe markets, bonds. So there you go. You got the US 1 month right here, US Treasury, 3.964 yield. It's come back down a lot since everything, but still good. All right. So again, it's still good. Treasuries are usually the best place if you're going to put a lot of money in there. Toss it in there. You can diversify it into other stuff if you want to, like cryptocurrencies and stuff, but usually it's just nice to have a solid 5%. Like, because the way people are looking at it right now is here. 6%, that's about 4.69, so 4.7. The 4 month is 4.8 if you want to do that. But let's just go with the yearly one, okay? 4.28%, that's a year, 4.28, okay? Now, actually, I should probably do this from a year ago, honestly. So we got to change this up a little bit. Right here. So you see how last year the Treasury value was at 40, and now it's all the way up here from 40 cents all the way up here to 4.3. That's because everybody's panicking. The rates are going up. You know, you're more likely to do that now versus before. And there's a lot more uncertainty because normally people don't people don't actually do this all too often for here, because you see, if you bought this in January last year, and let's just do the SPY, I guess that people like to hold the SPY, right? SPY window. Let's just do months. All right. So if you held this for all of 2022, you would technically be down about 15% on the SPY for the year. But if you just held that Treasury, you wouldn't be down 15%. You'd be up around like, actually just up a teeny bit, like 2% or something like that. A very, very small amount. Not even that, like 0.25%, but you'd still be up. Now that people are kind of worried about all this stuff coming down, like, oh, we're going to keep on going down. We're going to have a death cross in the monthly chart. Just give it a few more months and we're going to be crashing. I still think we're going to be crashing over the next few months, personally. Again, we'll see, and we'll see what happens. But, you know, and theoretically, if you bought right now and you held for 6 months right there, you could walk away with about 4 or 5%. Let's say about 4, what is it? Yeah, closer to 5% for the 6 months here, right? Around 4 or 9, or, but if the market continues to go down, you know, then you're risking a whole bunch. Why not just take that profit and walk away? There's no reason not to be doing this right now for most people. But most people don't like to do this because it's kind of, they consider it the boring way to make money. But it is a way to make money if you guys have like a bond, or you guys have like savings that you guys aren't doing anything with. Don't let it rot away in a bank, because the bank is doing the same thing with your money, except for they're taking the profits. You get what I'm saying? The banks are buying these things and they're taking the profit. Why don't you just take your money out of the bank and you get the profit? Yeah. So that's why I'd say there. How could Montana not be the safest? I mean, I remember one time when I was there, some dude broke out of the jail that's right next to campus, like the little police jail, not like a prison, right on campus. I remember like 100 people with guns looking for him. I don't know though. I don't know. I don't remember ever feeling unsafe in Montana though. I don't remember ever remember feeling unsafe there. No, the safest I ever felt the unsafest I ever felt in Montana was nothing to do with people. It was always when the elements were kind of messing with me, and I'm like out looking for deer or something, and I fall into some snow that's like waist deep or something. Like dig it out, you hear a wolf, and you're like, oh shit. So like that's the scariest I ever get. I don't really feel scared of humans in Montana. Maybe because I have a gun. Fidelity will inevitably add Dogecoin. Oh, I think it has to. If they want to get all those Doge people over there, they will. Remember, a lot of what marketing is right now is getting all these millennials and Gen Zers onto the platforms at a younger age. So as they get older and mature, they have more money to be investing. I just don't think they understand that a lot of millennials and Gen Zers, they're not going to have nearly as much money as their grandparents and their parents did, because the way the money system works in this country now, unless you have a really, really good job, you're pretty much like just living paycheck to paycheck. And I think they said we're at the point where we have the most people living paycheck to paycheck in American history or something like that, which is kind of crazy, because that means they're not really able to save much out there. And if they're not really able to save much, you know, when times get hard like they do right now, people are struggling quite a bit. Food trucks, you know, stuff like that. It'd be hard. Couldn't that 6-month yield change at any Fed meeting though? Hey, Joe. So you're buying it at that yield. If you don't sell it, you get the yield that you paid for. The way you lose money is if you buy it and then you don't let it mature and you end up selling it at a lower price. So think of like options and premium prices. Like I can buy a $100 put, but that premium cost me about $10, $100, whatever. If the price goes up and that put goes down in value, then obviously I'm going to be selling it for less money if I don't let the option mature or exercise it, right? So when you buy it, it's not like it's not like you are, sorry guys, I'm tired. But basically, once you buy it, it's yours It's a one-time thing between you and the government. You could sell it to somebody else if you want to for lesser value, but you're going to be losing the money. Then the other person's going to be getting the yield. If you buy it, you get the yield. But yes, if you wanted to wait until after the Fed meeting and it goes down, that yield may be different, but that yield is something you're still going to get. It's not like the yield changes. That's why I pulled up this chart here a while ago. Remember, the yields down here were 22. It's not like they became more valuable or something like this. Like if you trade them, sure, but most people are just holding them to maturity. It's a little bit different for the yearly ones, but like if you go to the 6 month, what I was talking about, remember 6 month is 6 months. Like, you know, eventually they all kind of go out. But they were really expensive a few months ago, back over here in March, and that's because Jerome Powell said that we're going to be raising rates for more, and they're going to be up for longer, and it's going to be more painful. Remember? But yeah, I mean, 4.28% for a 1 year Treasury, that's still a pretty good deal. But this is where you get into the yield curves, right? So where you have the 30 year, which is usually, I guess it's probably the 10 year, is probably what most people want to see. But we can go see it. Remember? Yeah, probably the 10 year, but it's fine. So you see over here, we've been going down, and that's where you get the yield curves, right? The inversion. And that inversion is where everybody's thinking, okay, I need more short-term security here and not long-term security. And that's where the yield inversion comes from. And that's where people get like, hey, when we have this inversion, that's when we go into recession. All right, let's go to the weekly chart, right? 30 years are usually pretty good. The only time they weren't, we're back over here in 2021 during COVID times, fine. But go over here to the 10 year. This is more standard, I think, of what people talk about on the TV. There we go. See 1 year? See, these were relatively okay. Not too crazy, not too crazy, not too crazy. And now we're starting to come down a little bit more, of course. But again, it's still safe to buy at 3.43%. That's still good. But at this point, it's just much better to buy the shorter term ones because you can make this amount of money in the short term instead of buying a 30-year one, or a 10-year one, excuse me, right? So more people are just going to be buying up the other ones, and that money gets locked away, and it's no longer being put into the market, and that's basically what's happening here. Yeah, so I should have just said that. I'm really tired, guys, but yeah, I should have been locked in, yeah. I've been picking up more Ocean. They price at 22, 23 bucks, but their book share value is 61. And hey, Larry, I mean, as long as they're doing good, I would continue to hold on to them. Be careful with all the volatility, but the way the market's looking right now, the market, guys, the stock market wants to go up. The crypto market is already going up, but the stock market wants to go up so bad. It just wants to go up. There's so much extra money in the system right now that people just want to buy something. I think it's stupid because I see the economy getting much worse, but there's no reason to try to fight this if the market continues to want to go up. Remember, we were just talking about how the NASDAQ is on the verge of a breakout here. If the NASDAQ breaks out, what the hell? It's just going to be freaking insane. And of course, we'll all come back plummeting. But instead of having some type of nice gradual move that like I wanted to have where people are like, okay, high interest rates, we're going to be grinding down, that's fun. All of a sudden, this banking crisis has unleashed a whole billions and billions and billions of dollars back into the market. And those hundreds of billions of dollars are now causing the economy to kind of get back into gear a little bit more. Like, you know, earnings are going to go back up because it's going to end up back in the hands of businesses. And then from there, inflation is going to go back up. And so we're kind of postponing the inevitable here. But that postponement will take on a shape that I'm not entirely sure about right now. I'm still kind of waiting to see what happens with Jerome Powell going on this Wednesday. You know, everything that I thought about, the grinding down, it's all been shaken up because I didn't even foresee Silicon Valley Bank, which I've been to plenty of times up here in Seattle. I didn't even know they were like in this bad spot. Like nobody did, right? So that took me by surprise. Signature Bank took me by surprise. And now Credit Suisse, you know, I didn't foresee this happening at all. I thought there was like more regulatory pressure to kind of manage this stuff, but apparently not. Well, again, we'll have to wait and see. And hey, Corinda, happy to see you back. So, guys, I'm going to call it a night here. I am pretty darn tired. It's been fun streaming with you guys for the last 2 hours, but I need to get some sleep because I haven't had any sleep whatsoever. A couple of things here before I go. If you guys haven't already, sign up using my link down below for Fairdesk. That will give you guys the opportunity to follow me on the copy trading, since I know a lot of you guys have been asking for about it. I'll be doing a tutorial on Fairdesk over this weekend here and probably publishing it on Monday. Therefore, you guys can start to copy trade behind me, and I will start trading some change of character moves as well as some day trading opportunities here. But I need to get some sleep. I have not been getting any sleep over the past few days, and it's like wearing down on me a lot. My eyes just hurt talking to you guys right now. So I'm gonna go grab some dinner, relax, take Loki outside for a short walk, and then I'm going to pass out on this beautiful, beautiful Friday night. Thanks everybody, and have a great